Hello everyone, I'm Matt Slanker, and today we're going to talk about the band The Postal Service and their only album, Give Up, and how it brought chiptune to the modern mainstream. Now we got a ton of material to cover, so
Here we go!
The Postal Service was formed by Ben Gibbard and Jimmy Tamborello, and they are mainly kind of an indie electronica and chiptune band. They released their first and only album, Give Up, on February 18th, 2003, and it actually recently got a re-release in 2013. So, Give Up was released in 2003 under Sub Pop Records, and it was mostly well received and considered by a lot of critics to be kind of this throwback to the new wave music of the 80s. And its relative success helped jumpstart the popularity of the modern chiptune genre, which we are about to talk about. So what is chiptune? Well, it's also called 8-bit music, and chiptune, as quoted by levelupvideogames.net, is the art of taking beeps and clicks from various retro gaming systems like the Atari, the NES, the Game Boy, and manipulating the sound output methods to create music. So it mostly draws on gaming devices from the 80s and 90s because these devices had dedicated sound chips and were able to produce these sounds. After the 80s and 90s, you started getting consoles that were able to just sample recorded playback for music and sound effects, so they didn't really have these dedicated sound chips to draw on. So the tech behind it is you have these, right here, these are the Commodore 64 dedicated sound chips, and originally you would have to rip the sound directly from them by plugging them into some kind of soundboard. Nowadays you can record the sound using emulators, and then you can sample that and use it. So chiptune in the 2000s. Chiptune was really popular in the 80s because that's when it was, being used in video games. And it eventually kind of saw a decline because, video games stopped using it as technology got better. But then in the mid-2000s, artists started to use it in their mainstream stuff. And because of, the unique sound that it has and really a lot of nostalgia, it became really popular. And some of the other artists that kind of help with this process, The Killers used it in a song or two, Beck used it in a couple songs, and then deadmau5 has kind of incorporated some chiptune into his house music. Chiptune popularity, it's been getting much more popular lately because of the stuff that, Give Up did for the chiptune genre. Chiptune became even more popular recently when it was used in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the movie, and the video game. And 8-bit style music has been used a lot recently. I know TikTok by Kesha is kind of a recent one that uses it. What they did for chiptune was they kind of brought it to the mainstream. They're not a purely chiptune band, but they used it in a lot of their songs in really interesting and cool ways.